Yep. I think I need to reduce the BGM first. Okay. That looks good. Let me move this to the next. Yep. Uh, think we are good to go, but yep. So what are we going to work tonight? So there is this ticket number 22. So before starting, let me explain what is GPM. So if you are familiar with JavaScript, they have a package manager called npm, which, basically when you say npm install this package, it will collect the package signature and add it to your package.json file. GPM is the similar stuff for Gradle project. So basically when you say GPM install HTTP or any Java library which is in Maven Central, this tool will go there, pick the signature and put it in your build.gradle file. And currently it only supports Gradle files. It doesn't have any idea about build source files or anything. So tonight we will implement the build source support. So that's the goal. So to start, we'll open our terminal, we'll go to GPM, make sure we have the latest changes. Yeah, we do have the latest change. We'll open the project in the lead J. Durya07, how's it going, man? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. So this tool, hold on a second. Can't complain. Okay, that is not bad. Okay, the Gradle is actually building the project. Let's wait for a second. Meantime, we will check the latest. Sorry. So yeah, first we will check if the tests are passing or not. Let's see. This These tests will take some time to run. There's a chance some of them will fail. So let's see. Let me see last commit. It's on August 23. August, September. Okay. Where are the tests? Anything failed? No, not yet. Okay, 16 test has passed. Have passed. That looks good. All tests are passing. Hi Yogesh, how's it going, man? So first we need a project with build source directory. How do we do that? We'll create a, should we create a dummy project, or wait a second. Before starting, I need to start a text file. Okay, so this is go. No, that's not how it should work. So usually it works like this. For example, when you say gpm install OKHTTP, this will give the 5 possible libraries. You can choose either one of them and it will be added to our build.gradle file. Maybe you already know this, like this. So if there is a build source directory, we will look for a specific file, let's say dips.kt, and then we will add an object, a Kotlin object inside that with the group ID. So what is the group ID here? I think this is the group ID. Maybe we will take the last, no, that's not the right way to do this. We will add this. We will prompt the user to type the group name. Yeah, that will be better. That will be, yeah. And then we put the version into a separate file with the same group name. Yeah, that sounds good, but we can improve that. That's 3 inputs, like 1 to search the dependency, 2nd to set the group, then set the version name, I mean the key we used to. So let me show you a scratch file. So the user comes in, user types gpm install OKHTTP. Maybe we can use the code to algo, code to flow. Yep. No, not that one. How do I create a new flowchart? How do I do that? I can't. I think I need to save this somewhere. Saved. Now we can go start. So input equals gpm install, okay, http, okay, then if has build source, go install the dip in build.gradle. So this is, let's say, current okay, if has build source, if has dips.kt file, create dips.kt. If the project doesn't have a dependency.kt file, we'll create that first. And if we need to find the group ID here. Dependency signature format. Yep. So if it has the dips.kt file, we'll ask the group name and the group name, then create dip inside group name, then is there any better way to do this? Dip inside it has versions kt, create versions kt, create dip inside, create version inside version kt. So first we will add the dependency to, then yep. And now what are the possible errors we will face? One issue would be once we have the dependency signature, I think we don't have any expected errors here except the group name. Yep. Okay, if does not exist group name, create group inside group name. Create group name. Yep. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. We need to do also this. Version, create group name version. Yep. That looks really bad. It shouldn't be like this. But how can I improve this? I think, yeah, this is it. Yep, this is it. So first we will say import gpm install. Okay, then we'll find the dependency. Then if it has a build source file, we will check if it has a build dips.kt file. If it doesn't have a dips.kt, it will create a dips.kt, then it will collect the group name from user, then it will check if the dips.kt has the group name. If it doesn't have the group name, it will create a new group inside the dips.kt, then does not exist group and create group name, dip inside group name. Yeah, dip dot group name. Okay, now we'll insert the dependency inside the group name. Yeah, and then it will check for the version.kt file. If it doesn't have a kt file, it will create a version.kt, and if the version kt doesn't have the group name, it will create the group name version there, then we create the version. Yeah, that looks good. And then finally I think we need to add the dependency inside the corresponding module build.gradle.kts file. Add dips to build.gradle.kts. Yep, that's it. Okay, that looks good. Now we need to code this. First, we need to check Kotlin poet. So how do I use Kotlin Poet? I have never used Kotlin Poet before, so I need some time to learn this. So Kotlin Poet is a Kotlin and Java API for generating KT source files. Source file generation can be useful when doing such things such as annotation processing or interacting with metadata files. By generating code, you eliminate the need to write boilerplate while also keeping a single source of truth for the metadata. Okay. It is a hello world file. This is the code generated with Kotlin Poet. So we have a class name here. Then we have file spec. Oh, Okay, what is hello over here? That's a file name, I guess. Then we are building a class, then we are adding a primary constructor. This looks simple for me. Then we add a property here, we have a property spec builder with the data type, we initialize the name. Oh wow, that's fun. And add function, then we add a function here, looks good. Println, what is p here? Oh, parameter or what? Oh wow, that's cool. Wow, there are a lot of options. That's crazy. That is absolute crazy. Yep. Then there is a function outside the file. Oh wow, looks good. Then finally we say file.write to system.out, probably to print this. Yeah, the catalog complete. The catalogs are complete on a way which is prepared by the Java. Code and control flow. Most of common APIs are using mutable Kotlin objects. There is also builders, method chaining, and varchs to make the API. Kotlin point offers models for Kotlin files, file spec, classes, interface, and object. API as a spec, properties, property spec, and function, parameter, annotation spec. But the body of methods and structure is not model. There is no expressions class, no statement class or syntax tree node. Instead, Kotlin uses string for code blocks, and you can take advantage of Kotlin multi-range strings to make this looks nice. So using Kotlin Poet, we won't be able to spec the method body, I guess. We will need to use, what are these bytes? Oh, I don't understand what are these. Add code, each line should start with a what? I don't know. We generate this. There are additional APIs to assist the new lines based on indentation. Okay. Oh, this is the file start. Yeah, that makes sense. Wow, that makes a lot of sense. Why do we use string margin here? Maybe to trim the end margin, I don't know. There are additional APIs to assist with new lines. Yeah, we have read. This example is lame because the generated code is constant. Suppose instead of just adding 0 to 1, we want to make the operation and range configurable. It is a method that runs a method. From until front spec the same, yeah. And statement control flow. Wow. Begin control flow is a for loop. Statement end control flow will add the this control flow simply add an opening. I mean the braces, then tap. Yeah, looks good. Methods generating methods. And since Kotlin Poet generates source code instead of bytecode, you can read through it, make sure it's right. As for strings, when emitting code that includes string literals, we can use $s or %s to emit a string, complete with wrapping quotation marks. There is a program that emits 3 methods, each of which return its own name. I think I need to read that again. When anything code that includes singlets, we can use percentages to emit a string, complete with wrapping, quotation marks, and escaping as a program that emits 3 methods, each of them which return its own name. So now we have hello world. We build a class here. We add a function. What's my name yo? What's my name yo is a method that receives a string, then we create a function here and returns and statement build we can use we can yes. Oh, then we will need to put the quotes around this. Putting s will do that for us, I guess, for string literals. In this case, use a quotation. P for string templates. S also handles escaping of dollar signs. It to avoid inadvertent creation of string templates which may fail to complete. Who wrote this documentation? It looks pretty good. How do I get the documentation? Well, we'll search for a specific text. Probably we won't find it. What do we find? What are the docs? The index.md file. There we go. How do I get the git blame? Row? Not row. There is an option to blame. Who wrote this? 3 months ago, but I think it is written by this guy, Sheshab Gandhi. Enjoy at Uber. Nice. Okay, we get back to the documentation. To avoid inadvertent creation of string templates which may fail to compile and generate a code, string with dollar produces if you need to generate string template, use P, which doesn't escape dollars. Your total is amount. If you need to generate string template, use P, which doesn't escape dollars. Okay. S, got it. What is this called for? Oh my god, a ton of things. We'll change the track. To some new All right. What is T? Kotlin Point has rich built-in support for types, including automatic generation of import statement. Just use T for reference types. Okay. So if I say date, type spec class builder hello world. Oh, that looks cool. T for package types, I guess. And then there are a ton of things we can do with this. I mean, yeah. Maybe we just need to know the basics of this. Drop KSP. Nope. Nullable types. Oh my god. M for members. Similar to types, Kotlin Point has special placeholder for members, functions, and properties, which comes handy when your code needs to access top-level members and member declared inside objects. Use %m to reference members. Pass an instance of member name as the argument for the placeholder, and Kotlin Point will handle imports automatically. Create taco. Taco is the member name. That's the import. I think that's a static method. Yeah. Basically, we don't have to hard code anything here. Like we don't have to use the default string literals to call a method. There are m and those flags or those special characters to replace the current given value with the corresponding, Yep, that's it. That looks good. Oh, there's a has how did you do that? Is cake vegan? Println taco is vegan. Add alias import. Oh wow, that's crazy. That's totally. Oh my god, that's cool. I know how to use this now. Literals. Although Kotlin string template usually work well in cases when you want to include literals in your spread by outing compatible with stringer format. It accepts L to emit literal value in the output. This works as like formatters S. Okay, L from 2. Literals are emitted directly to the output code with no escaping. Arguments for literals may be string, primitive, and a new Kotlin Point types described below. Okay, but yeah. Code block format string. Oh, we can also format code block.builder I8 LL3 tacos. Pass an argument value of each placeholder for formatting. Pass an argument value for each placeholder. I would like to see the output of these. Named arguments. Wow, I ate count food map. What would be the output of this? Map at named I ate food. I ate 3 tacos. Yeah. Positional argument. I ate 3 tacos. Oh, 2L named arguments, got it. It's not the Kotlin named arguments. We can name some arguments and then we can give some map to it to replace the things. Okay. Function. Default function argument. Type areas, callable reference, Kotlin reflect download. Kotlin point 1102. Okay. So we need Kotlin point, right? We will add Kotlin point one 102, yeah, the latest one. We start here and there should be a view model. What are the features? Core, gm, no, commands, gpm. Now we go to install. Install will have install view model. Okay, so the logic is inside the install view model. Yep. On dep got command dot on dependency got dependency type cannot be empty, adding each dependency. Okay, so here this looks complex, so go here. Okay, we need to find the root directory, or yep, if has build source. So where is that? We'll copy this. How do I export this? Download. project root. Do we have the jar utils here? No. How do we get the current directory then? We used what? Gradle module, current directory, user.dir. Okay. Maybe we need to maybe we need to create a util file to get the current directory. Utils, we'll say file utils, then we'll create function called get current directory, which will return the files, which is not that one. We will go to Gradle module, we'll copy this, we will replace this, and we will replace those two calls with get project root. How do I find the no, we need to run this from the root directory. So currently we are assuming that the execution of that command happened from the root. Yeah, so we don't need this method. We'll add a timer. No, it's not going to be 15 minutes. How do I interact with the timer? Get 25 minutes. Here we go. has build source. Yep. So first we go to the install test file. And that's a test file we are using. We will also need how did we test the KTS thing? How did we no, KTS test is in different repo, I guess. Let's search for KTS. Any test associated with this? Yeah. So to do this, we need to change some arguments here. The dummy module is okay. Gradle module, dummy module. Gradle module is from test. mod path sample file. Where is the sample? Oh, we have a sample. So, yep. We first need to create a build source directory, but the build source should be inside a KTS file. I think we need to create a different test file for this. The right approach should be, yeah, we need a different test file. For example, something like install test, we will create install test build source. We'll take a copy of this and then yeah, yep. To do build source sample. Yep, that's it for tonight. It's almost 1 hour. Stopping the streaming in 3, 2, 1.